Module objective. This module prepares you to develop and manage comprehensive auditing systems, incident response protocols, and readiness for Office for Civil Rights, OCR, investigations in line with HIPAA's regulatory requirements. It delves deeply into the technical, administrative, procedural, and legal dimensions of monitoring compliance, detecting violations, mitigating data breaches, and surviving enforcement actions. The module ensures you can interpret HIPAA's audit mandates, understand how to build audit trails, implement forensic investigation methods, structure incident response teams, and respond effectively to federal investigations, subpoenas, and corrective action plans, CAPs. It aligns with internationally recognized audit and risk management standards such as NIST SP 892, ISO IEC 27002, HITRUST CSF, and COBIT 5. Learning outcomes. By the end of this module, you will be able to define the legal basis and triggers for HIPAA audits and OCR investigations, implement audit logging and monitoring controls in compliance with HIPAA security rule design, and execute a step-by-step incident response plan, IRP, conduct forensic analysis and risk scoring of suspected breaches, manage communications with OCR, legal counsel, and affected individuals, respond to federal investigations with proper documentation and process readiness, understand post-investigation requirements like corrective action plans, CAPs, and resolution agreements, integrate HIPAA auditing protocols into a broader enterprise risk management framework. Module content, HIPAA auditing requirements and protocols. HIPAA's security rule, 45 CFR, paragraph 164, 3 Coder 8, A, 1, I.D., mandates that covered entities and business associates implement procedures to regularly review records of information system activity, including audit logs, access reports, and security incident tracking. Be able to identify unauthorized access, use, or disclosure of PHI. Maintain records for minimum 6 years, available upon request by OCR types of HIPAA audits. Internal audits. Proactive compliance checks by internal teams. External audits, conducted by consultants or third-party compliance specialists. OCR desk audits. Paper-based review of HIPAA documentation. OCR on-site audits. Full scope review involving interviews, physical inspections, system checks. Components of an audit program, audit scope and schedule. Risk-based audit prioritization, data access and usage monitoring. Audit log integrity and tamper protection security. Incident response integration. Technical logging and monitoring organizations must implement log management systems that provide visibility into PHI access patterns, including who accessed PHI when it was accessed, what was done, viewed, edited, downloaded, from where it was accessed, IP, device, location, log sources, electronic health record, EHR, systems database and file server logs, firewall and IDS such IPS systems, authentication systems, e.g., LDAP, SSO, Azure AD, physical access controls and video surveillance logs, compliance technologies, SIM platforms, security information and event management, like Splunk, IBM QRadar, or Microsoft Sentinel automated alerting for anomalous activities, log retention and immutability controls for legal defensibility. 3. Incident Response Management, IRM. Every covered entity and business associate must have a robust incident response plan, IRP, that satisfies the security rules' administrative safeguards. IRP lifecycle preparation. Define roles and responsibilities, build and train. Incident response team, IRT. Pre-stage communication templates, escalation plans, detection and analysis, receive alerts from SIEMs or staff, confirm breach, severity, and scope, determine whether PHI was compromised, containment and mitigation, isolate systems, disable compromised accounts, patch vulnerabilities, preserve logs and evidence notification, notify affected individuals within 60 days, notify OCR if breach affects 500 plus individuals, Report to state attorneys, general, as required, recovery and documentation, restore systems, retain forensic and legal records, conduct, root cause analysis, update risk assessment and policies. 4. OCR investigations and enforcement. Common OCR triggers: large-scale breaches, complaints by patients or whistleblowers, failure to comply with previous enforcement media attention on potential PHI misuse investigation process, data request, e.g., risk analysis, audit logs, training records, interviews with personnel, site inspections, review of incident response actions and timelines, assessment of policies and documentation, enforcement outcomes, closure with no finding, resolution agreement with corrective action plan, CAP, civil monetary penalties, CMPs, referral to DOJ for criminal prosecution. 5. Corrective action plans, CAPs, and compliance sustainability. When violations are found, OCR may issue a CAP requiring updated policies and procedures, comprehensive workforce retraining, regular progress reports and third-party monitoring, proof of breach notification. Completion caps typically last 1 to 3 years, and non-compliance during this period can trigger additional sanctions. 6. Alignment with risk and compliance frameworks. Framework: relevance to auditing and incident response. NIST SP 892, Guide to Computer Security, Log Management. NIST SP 861, Rev. 2, Computer Security Incident Handling Guide. ISO IEC 27002, 2022. Logging, Monitoring, Incident Management Standards. HITRUST CSF maps. HIPAA to best practices in audit, risk, and response. COBIT 5, IT governance and compliance integration. OIG compliance guidance emphasizes auditing and disciplinary mechanisms. 7. Tools and automation. To streamline compliance efforts, GRC platforms, governance, risk, and compliance, e.g., LogicGate, RSA Archer workflow automation tools. For reporting and escalation ticketing systems, like Jira or ServiceNow for incident lifecycle tracking, compliance dashboards to visualize metrics, alerts, response time, CAP status,